Welcome to my channel. My name is Lee Corlem and I do videos on psychology, mindset, life, and wisdom. If you're new, welcome. And if you're back, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why your brain automatically compares you with other people. Now, here's the biggest misconception. A lot of people think that you shouldn't compare yourself. They say, well, don't compare yourself to other people. Be happy the way you are. Or just be your own competition. It's you versus you. But here's the thing, that's not how society works. That's not how your brain works. That's not how psychology of humans work. And you can hate me all you want in the comments. Go for it. I don't care. I'm here to say the truth. It's honesty on this channel. So if you really think about it, do we even ask the question, why do we compare ourselves with other people in the first place? Right? And this doesn't have to be like, oh, well, this person has a better body than me and I hate myself. We're not talking about that. That can be one form of comparison. But we're also talking about different forms of comparison. Just looking at other people and looking at their progress and being like, well, I'm not there yet. And they're over there. They're making 6 figures and I'm making 5 figures a year, for example. That is a form of comparison. Comparing does not need to be negative. However, why is it that all of our brains, most of our brains, usually go into that direction? Think about it. It's very common to tell people to not compare themselves with others, to not be jealous, to be happy with what you have. Our brain naturally does this because we are a society. Humans, we are social creatures. We create society. We create social hierarchies, whether or not you think it's true. There are social norms that are built for a reason, because it's the psychology. You can say that, okay, XYZ, all these things are fake and they're not real. Yeah, a lot of social norms are not necessarily real. They're just made up by humans. But yeah, that's the whole point. We're humans. And I'm not saying that all the social norms and things like that are right. Some of them are not that great. Some of them do make sense, honestly. But that being said, why is it that we always compare ourselves to other people? It's because validation, or seeking validation in particular, is something that is actually not a bad thing like people think it is. It's very normal as a human, once again, being part of mammals who are social creatures, to want to be validated by other people. Because if you do not let others know your quote-unquote social status, however you define that, okay, it can be your looks, it can be your education level, it can be your career, it can be how rich your family is, I don't care. It could be any of those. In the psychology of all of us, if in some ways you do not let other people, if you do not signal that to other people, then that poses a threat to yourself. That is a danger to yourself. Because once again, we take that idea that humans are social creatures. We work in tribes, we work in communities, we work in groups of other humans. It's not just one individual, not just 2, but a lot. So if you take that into account, there needs to be some sort of social hierarchy for it to work properly. Even if it's not, okay, we have a leader and then we have followers and then we have like peasants or whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not saying it has to be like that. But there has to be some sort of structure. And how do you create that structure? Well, through different levels of social status, through differences in other people. I was looking at this one car that I was driving one day, okay? It was, I don't know, like a BMW, I don't know, some kind of expensive looking car, and it was driving very loudly. And I was thinking, I was like, well, that's a little obnoxious, that's a little annoying. I don't really like cars that drive that loud, but, to each their own, whatever. I don't really care. And I was thinking, I was like, well, why is he driving the car so loudly? And then I thought about it. Wait, why do so many people choose those kind of cars that drive really loudly? I mean, it's like, is there really a point? It doesn't make your car go faster, not necessarily. It's for the aesthetics, it's for the sound or whatever. And I'm like, wait, because they want other people to hear it. And then I was thinking even deeper. I'm like, wait, why is that? Why are there some people who want to kind of go a step further, be a bit, quote unquote, higher placed than other people? Whether it's through having an extra handbag that other people don't have, having something that's a limited edition. This can go for anything, absolutely anything. It can even go for a trend, simply like the whole Chili's mozzarella trend, where it was like, I don't know if you know this, but it's like a mozzarella stick, and like people would eat it, and it was like so cheesy. When one person does it, another 5 people do it. When 5 people do it, another 10 people want to do it, and then everyone follows onto that trend. Other people want to do that trend. And why is it? Because when you don't do that, that means you are not following the quote-unquote social norm, the trend that is happening. And when you don't do that, then you're seen as the outlier, you're seen as the black sheep. And oftentimes in psychology, being the black sheep isn't always the best, because then you get outcasted, then you get rejected. And what does that mean? You don't get the quote-unquote resources. That's a whole biology explanation to this. Now, I'm not a biologist, I'm not a psychologist, but what I can say is I love psychology, mindset, life, and wisdom. All right, so these are all my perspectives. If you would like to go deeper into this and talk about these things with other people and to expand your mind, deepen your wisdom, link is below to the free community called the Wise Minds. Can't speak. Application form is below. Okay, link below. So once again, I'm very harsh on this channel. Okay, I'm not saying everything is the right way it should be. I'm not saying we should have social norms. I'm not saying that, that some people should be considered better than others. But let's just take a look. Once again, I'm not trying to get canceled on the internet. Think about someone like Elon Musk, right? And me, for example. I'm not saying that he's better than me, but in some ways, does he have a higher social standing than me? Yeah. I mean, he's a freaking billionaire. I'm far from that. Okay, he lives in a gigantic house. Me, average house. I'm still grateful. Don't get me wrong, I'm still very grateful. He probably has a ton of networking connections and knows a ton of people. I don't know that many people. That doesn't mean I'm worse than him, but that does mean he's in a different social standing than me. And I think people try to deny this fact. And they think that, oh, well, if I'm in a different social standing, that means I'm worse than others or that I'm better than others. No, we're not trying to compare human worth. That's not what I'm saying. Everyone is worth. Everyone has worthiness. Okay, everyone has value as a human being. But if we're talking in the social aspect, well, that's where things get different. So if you're interested, remember, application form below. So thanks for watching. If you haven't, please make sure to like and subscribe because it helps me a lot. And I'll show up on your feed more if that's what you want. So yeah, apply now, link is below, and see you in the next video.